What's up, guys? Whoa!
Oh, God.
There is a stump hole right there. What's up, guys? Brad here from Piney Grove. We got Deb in the background, and we're going to be doing some tractoring and also tell you an interesting story from today. And if you're new to the channel, like my good friend Chad over at Doss Farms likes to say, welcome and howdy. All right, Miss Piney Grove, aka Deb, what are we up to today?
Howdy. What we're up to today is we're going to disc up our watermelon graveyard, otherwise known as our garden.
Can't believe how fast time flies. It seems like just yesterday we were using the Summit tractor here and the bedding attachment to make the raised beds. We had a really successful garden considering it's our first year garden out here on Piney Grove. We had lots of squash, tomato, peppers, cucumbers, green beans. Love green beans. Got to plant more next year. We had good sweet corn. Even though it didn't look like it was doing good, we got 24, 30 ears of sweet corn. Got lots of good cantaloupe and lots of good watermelon. And we've pulled up all the plastic from the bedded rows. You can still see the bedded rows around Deb, but the watermelons were planted here in this last row, and they spread over and took over the garden after we took down all the other plants that were in there. But it's now time to get ready for the fall garden, and Miss Piney Grove is going to try her hand at disking. So I went to put the tiller on back of the Summit tractor. We got a 5-foot king cutter tiller, and I had to drive past the disc harrow, and I was thinking we're not ready to start planting yet. So I think we're going to disc it because these watermelon vines might get wrapped up in the tiller. So we're going to disc it and knock down some of the weeds. And then when we actually plant it, we'll come back here with the tiller and then create our raised beds again for the fall. So in an effort to stay married, I'm going to do the edges up close to the deer fence on either side. We've pulled that all away. I'm going to do the edges and let her do the middle.
You know what I heard there? I heard, I'm going to do the edges because I don't trust Deb. That's what I heard.
I got nothing.
I have not disked before. I have brush hogged, I have tilled, but I have not disked. Look how cool a disc is. I love to watch disking and tilling. Something satisfying about watching how the machine works. Oh, there goes a watermelon. He brought a watermelon with him and dropped it in the grass. He was out here today opening up a bunch of them that were here to see if any of them were salvageable. And we got a couple that were salvageable, but for the most part, they're done. They're not producing well anymore. So it's time to let them go and start another crop of something else. You go fast in a disc, apparently. Or Brad just goes fast in a disc. We're doing this in the early evening. We worked today, and then we had a delivery, and then we talked to our realtor, and we ate dinner, so we're kind of getting a late start as far as working outside, but it's been so nice. We have a very rare little cool break. I think it's only for a couple of days, but we'll take it. Uh-oh, he's getting off. Is it my turn? Nope. So that little brief intermission was him changing the setting on the disc because he felt like it was digging in too much. And he just zips on along with that, huh? I'm always cautious and careful. I go slow. Well, I go slow on everything but Spunky. I zip around on Spunky. Maybe that's it. He's as comfortable on all equipment as I am on Spunky. Yeah, I wouldn't have wanted to get too close to that netting. There's the watermelon that he brought with him that first pass. Oh yeah, look at those vines. Yeah, the tiller wouldn't have been able to handle that. Can't believe how well the watermelon did. And we would put the rinds out here so we could do this with them. And then more watermelons grew from the little seeds that maybe stuck to the rinds. So even though our soil isn't great, it grows watermelon.
It did not work.
It did not work.
Well, we show the good and the bad on this channel. The reason I didn't want to use the tiller is because I didn't want the tines on the tiller to get all caught up with the watermelon vines. But the disc harrow wasn't much better. These watermelon vines were just terminated this morning as far as I cut them off at the source, and they haven't had more than 8 hours to dry, and we probably should let them dry for a week, but I'll get them cut off here real quick with these scissors. We'll be back in business. But what it was doing, it was binding this gang up here in the front gang, and it wouldn't let them turn, and it was actually plowing through the field and just totally disrupting the garden. So this one's bound up so much it hardly wants to spin, and this is a new disc harrow, so the sealed bearings here are nice and I guess loose or easy to turn, and these vines just really totally wrapped around the axle here. The interesting story today is we got a delivery from a new sponsor, and so you'll see that video coming soon. We won't let the cat out of the bag of what we got. We were talking to him. He was trying to deliver it and figure out when he could deliver today because the delivery window was like 9 to 5. We were talking back and forth about something. I said, we've got a YouTube channel, so we're gonna be showing these on video. And he's like, he kind of paused. When he paused, he goes, Piney Grove Homestead on YouTube? And then he said something, what did he say? Something about our channel, Deb?
The address he had was for Piney Grove. So he asked for your name because he said, I just have Piney Grove. Can I get your name? And Brad said, yeah, my name is Brad. He said, Piney Grove is our YouTube channel.
Okay,
as soon as you said that, he goes, Piney Grove. I knew you sounded familiar. He goes, the whole time we've been talking,
Yep.
I knew you sounded so familiar. My wife and I watch your videos. We know exactly who you are.
A few hours later, he showed up, and I thought he was just in like a FedEx delivery truck, but he was in a big rig. I met him at the gate, and we got through the gate safely and unloaded it with the Summit tractor with the forks. And then we were talking about, you know, what they want to do with their land, and they want to get some more land and things like that. And I said, you want a tour? And so we took a slow tour around the property on the HISUN sector and just talked. It was a great conversation. It was a great time, and it's just really one of the benefits of being a content creator is that you meet some of your viewers, and it's a really cool experience.
He was a very nice young man, Trevor. His name was Trevor. Very, very respectful, very kind, and did a great job delivering. Thank you, Trevor.
The vines here on these front gangs are even worse. What I should have done instead of just going right into it was kind of work my way in from the edge and kind of cut them up from the edge, but it's going quick.
Okay, the discs are all cleaned from the watermelon vines. We're gonna try this again. He thinks that since he got the stringiest of them, that the rest of this will go pretty smooth. We'll see. Yep, oh, there it goes. Look at the dragon, look at it. It took all that with it. Oh no, it dropped it. They're still wrapping, look. What a mess. He's going to go survey the mess. Watermelon vines are strong, stringy. I'm not sure really what his game plan is. He's just going away with his watermelon vines. New plan of attack. He's pulled the vines out of the garden. He's gonna disc it with the vines out, and then he's going to pull the vines back in, let them dry like this, and then we'll disc it again. But they get real crunchy when they're dry. They're just not dry yet, so it'll be a multi-step process. Like most things we do, we might think it's gonna be like one step and it turns into 3, but hey, that's okay, we get it done.
Just like the first time, it didn't work the second time. But like Deb said, we pulled all the vines off, and that way it'll allow us to cut up what's here, kind of mix these wood chips with the dirt, and then kill the weeds off. And then when we drag the vines back up, in like 2 weeks, they'll be basically crumble in your hand, and that's when we'll bring the tiller back in. But I want to knock back some of these weeds and everything and start some of the tillage. So we're gonna go ahead and persevere and work through this.
That worked better. Get those vines out of there, and those little pieces do just fine. Oh, I say that and then some stuck. Uh-oh. Oh, it's my turn. Okay, wish me luck. Pray for me.
So I said, go ahead and disc it. She said, you got to show me what to do. I know nothing. She's never disked before. She's brush hogged and done a lot of things, but never disked. So this lets the disc up and down. So it's all the way up or all the way down. So what you'll do is you'll start right about there. You see there where the disc can just start to bite, not out in the pasture, but there. Just drop that all the way. Drop it like it's hot, baby. All the way, all the way.
I don't have to do it slow.
No slow, no nothing. Drop it all the way. And then rev yourself up. The faster, the better for a disc harrow. So a tiller, you can go slow and it'll turn up the soil better. But a disc harrow, you want ground speed. So go as fast as you want. And then when you get to the end, just take that and pick it up, turn around and go back over it. It's literally that simple. Let's rock and roll. So those were those sweet corn stalks. They've been cut down for a couple months probably, or at least a month, but they're not gonna chop up very well. But we'll throw all that stuff back on the garden because we want all that organic matter. So that's the method to our madness. That's doing much better. I didn't want to over-till the soil, and we haven't had a lot of rain lately, so it's a little dry, but there was just enough moisture that I felt we could get in here and till it a little bit. And that's working up the way I wanted it to. We're gonna take that soil that's there, mix it up with that wood chip, and then let that decompose for a few more weeks until fall planting, and then come back in here and bed it. And I think it's gonna be much better than it was this spring. Well, she got some speed going now. So a couple years ago, I planted in our back 1 acre field something called HISUN hemp. As you can imagine by the name, if you think about hemp rope, the vines in that were just really strong, stronger than these watermelon vines. And I got in there and I bush hogged it, and I bush hogged it all morning. I let it dry in the sun, and then I tried to disc it with the same type of disc harrow, and I was getting bound up way worse than I am here with the watermelon vines, or than I was with the watermelon vines. And it was probably the most frustrating day of my life on a tractor. At the end of every row, and it was a 1 acre field, and I needed to get it tilled. I had a small window of opportunity, and at the end of every row, I would have to take a knife, a pocket knife, and cut off all of those vines of HISUN hemp. And there was nothing else I could do to get through it, and it was just miserable. So cutting these watermelon vines was kind of a small deal compared to that HISUN hemp day. So if I know Deb like I think I know Deb, she's looking back behind her going, that's pretty satisfying. All right, before Deb closes out the video and talks about her first disking experience, I want to show you how disgusted the mascot is of Piney Grove. Bella is not happy that she's not out here with us. She's such a crazy dog that we just want to focus on what we're doing, and we don't want to hurt her. So we leave her in the house, but as soon as we're done disking this and it's pretty much done, then Deb's going to take her for a long walk. All right, Deb, real quick, how was your experience on the summit? It seemed like you got the hang of it pretty quick.
I did get the hang of it really quick, and I really liked it. I only have one complaint.
What's that?
I would like longer rows.
Yeah.
Because it was disappointing when I had to keep picking up the disc because it was very satisfying.
And I said that on camera. I said, I bet the words she's saying to herself is, this is so satisfying.
It really is satisfying. I like disking and tilling, but it was simple and it was effective. And by you pulling out those vines,
Yeah.
it alleviated the wrapping up, and it's quick and it's smooth. And I gotta tell you, that Summit tractor it's a smooth ride. And I haven't been on it in just a little bit,
Yeah.
but it's smooth. It's easy to operate, it's smooth. And
Well, that's what Lucas said. He was here from Peaks Peak Hobby Homestead here a couple weeks ago, and he had never been on the Summit. He mainly uses a Kubota BX, which is a subcompact tractor, and he said that thing just felt really well integrated. It was smooth operating.
Yep.
It just felt like a well put together tractor. And I'm not trying to tell you to go buy a Summit. We're just telling you what we feel when we're out here working the land. But you can go back to the beginning of the video and see that this was a hot mess out here, not only from the watermelon vines, but also where the squash and everything was, the raised beds. Now we've got everything mixed up good. And I think let it sit for a couple weeks and then we'll start working on our fall garden. So you want to go ahead and close out the video?
Well, that's all we got for you. We hope you enjoyed it. Give us a thumbs up, give us a like, subscribe. It costs you nothing, and join us for the next one. In the meantime, y'all take care. God bless.
And remember, guys, life's short, tractor hard.